Hi guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about episode 6 of season 7 of Riverdale, chapter 123, Peep Show. Now, if you haven't seen the episode, there will be spoilers in this review, so stop watching if you don't want to be spoiled. So, here's my review for episode 6 of season 7 of Riverdale, chapter 123, Peep Show. I didn't blame Jughead for being upset when he realized that Pep Comics were plagiarizing books by an author that he was a fan of, Brad Rayberry. So I hoped that he would be able to do something about it. It was also good that Uncle Frank got Archie to apologize to Mary for how he had been acting. But since Betty was watching Archie change through her window and also asked Veronica what sex was like, it was clear that things were going to get serious between Betty and Archie. When Cheryl returned the book, The Cost of Pepper, to Tony, even though she didn't say it, it was clear that Cheryl felt something while she was reading it. I was really happy to see Tony try out for the River Vixens. And it was clear that Cheryl was attracted to Tony. And she put Tony on the squad, to the disappointment of Evelyn Evernever, who it was a surprise to see since we haven't seen her since season 4. But since this is the last season of Riverdale, it makes sense that they would want to bring back as many people as they can. I was also very happy to see Cheryl defend Tony when Evelyn said that she didn't want to be on the squad with a girl like Tony. When Principal Featherhead asked to talk to Uncle Frank in private, I was worried that it was going to be about something bad, but it was actually fine, since Uncle Frank was offered to be the new basketball coach. But it annoyed me when Archie said that he wasn't going to try out for the basketball team this year, and Uncle Frank said that he could be the water boy. It also annoyed me that Uncle Frank took Archie's car away until his grades go up. But I did really like seeing Veronica help Betty be more confident in her sexuality. I was glad that Jughead told Brad that Pep Comics were plagiarizing his books and that he should do something about it, which Brad ended up doing, and he was able to be paid for every past and future time that Pep Comics uses his books. It was also really nice to see how supportive Brad was of Jughead, and he even told Jughead that he would read one of Jughead's short stories. Also, when Jughead was telling Brad about his dad, it made me wonder if we'll see FP return before Riverdale ends. Even though it was clear that Veronica was jealous when Betty told her that she liked Archie, it proved that Veronica's a good friend since she told Betty where Archie was so Betty could ask him out. And even though Archie wanted to go to the movies with Betty, because of everything that Uncle Frank was doing, he couldn't. It was really sad to see that Betty thought that Archie was lying about Uncle Frank and that he actually didn't want to go out with her. So it was really nice when Veronica told Betty that Archie could be telling the truth. It was also really nice that Veronica, in order to cheer Betty up, suggested that they go on a double date. I've really missed seeing Betty and Veronica's friendship. They're supposed to be best friends, but I feel like we haven't seen that in a while. I didn't blame Tony for being upset when she found out that Cheryl told Evelyn that Tony isn't a lesbian, even though Cheryl did it to protect Tony. But before Tony walked away, Cheryl told her that she's attracted to girls and that she's also attracted to Tony. It was also good that after Tony told Cheryl about Kevin and Clay being together, Cheryl said that she wouldn't tell anyone. I really loved seeing Cheryl and Tony bonding over when they first realized they were attracted to girls. It also made me really happy when they kissed. It was really annoying seeing Julian making fun of Archie because of his job pumping gas at Pops. But it was really cute to see that Archie was watching Betty on her double date at Pops. And it was also cute that Betty was also looking out the window at Archie, since she clearly was not enjoying her date. Even though it might take a while, I have a feeling that Betty and Archie will end up getting their movie date. When Jughead went to Brad's apartment to ask him to read one of his short stories, I was worried that something bad was going to happen. But then Jughead found one of Brad's unpublished manuscripts and stole it. And after he read it, Jughead couldn't believe that Brad wasn't doing anything with it. I understood that Jughead thought that Brad should publish the manuscript, but I also didn't blame Brad for how he reacted when he found out that Jughead had read it, since Jughead did steal it. I was really annoyed when Julian was talking about how he was going to beat Fred's basketball record. And even though Archie fighting Julian wasn't good, I understood why he did it. I was also very glad when Mary told Uncle Frank to back off and said that she was Archie's mother and she would handle it. It was also really great to see Archie tell Mary why he didn't want to try out for the basketball team. And it was because basketball was something Archie and Fred did together, and Archie was worried that he wouldn't be as good as Fred. It was really nice when Mary told Archie that Fred would be proud of him. And I was also glad that she also told Archie that she would make sure that Uncle Frank eases up on him. And Archie joined the basketball team. It was pretty funny how Veronica reacted when she found out that Betty can see into Archie's bedroom from her window. And Veronica wanted to come over to see for herself. But you would think that they would have thought about the fact that if they could see Archie, Archie would be able to see them, which ended up happening, and Archie closed his curtains. But Archie wasn't upset about it, and he and Betty made plans to watch each other from their windows that night. During that scene, I was thinking that Mary or Uncle Frank would walk into Archie's room, or Alice or Hal would walk into Betty's room. And Hal walked into Betty's room, and Uncle Frank walked into Archie's room. And their reactions were very understandable. Also, now that Dr. Weathers knows about Jughead's comic book, it's safe to say that things aren't looking good for Jughead. Thanks for watching, guys! If you saw the episode, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you want to see any of my previous Riverdale reviews, check out the playlist. And if you want to see any of my future Riverdale reviews or any of my other future videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.